Ben from BVIP Tech, back with another video. Today we're doing my review of the Kogan Agora 11. I have some good things to say about it, some not so great things to say about it. Most of those will be pretty obvious with the price. So without any further ado, let's get into it. One of the first things I like is the customization. As you can see here, I am running an iOS theme. It's pretty much system-wide. So you've got your search like an iOS device, your widgets, things like that. Even if I can get it to come up, because one of the bad sides about the phone is it is pretty slow. I can't get it to work at the moment, of course, which was there is a control center, just like an iOS device, but it doesn't want to work right now. And that's, I guess, a downside. So the price, as I said, one of the things you can't beat, less than $170, sorry. It's a pretty robust phone for what it is. Camera quality, not the greatest. Speed is unfortunately one of my things that are going to be my negatives, but we'll get into that in a sec. The other things was surprising was USB-C. Do like that. The built-in charger, not the fastest thing, but if you do have a faster charger laying around, I've used my MacBook charger or my iPad Pro charger, charge it up really quite quickly, but the basic one, not so great. If you use the wired headphones, it does have an AM/FM radio, or at least an FM radio, which is pretty cool if you don't have much reception. Obviously these days a lot of people are just using apps for that sort of thing, but I found that pretty handy. What else? The screen is pretty decent for what it is, but saying that, that's about, unfortunately, all the good things I have to say. Alright, so now unfortunately we do have to get onto the bad. One of the bad options you may be able to see straight away is, I will throw some screenshots as I said in, but the speed, it's just really slow to open apps and close apps. You can't beat around the bush. It's only got 3 gig of RAM, which doesn't sound like a terrible thing, but in this day and age with Android phones, the Note 20 just got announced with up to 16 gig of RAM. These phones just aren't built for that sort of thing. So sadly, the RAM and the RAM management actually isn't that bad, but the RAM isn't great. Navigating the phone's a bit difficult. But yeah, so there's that. The camera, as I said, is pretty bad. Megapixels mean nothing. The sensor's tiny. It doesn't really have great camera quality. The speaker, it's a mono speaker on the bottom, and it's very tinny. You can't get around that. The fingerprint scanner, great that it has it, but the number of times I've had to enter a PIN code because it just doesn't work, I couldn't count. Like, there's just so many times. It's really become very frustrating to have to do that. So yeah, that's annoying. I don't know if it's just me. I haven't really used a fingerprint scanner for a long time running the XS Max, but as you can see, I'm trying. And then finally, after about 4 goes, it unlocked. Those cheap built-in headphones that I bashed on with my unboxing, thinking they were very cheap. Using this phone, they do. They sound pretty tinny, not much bass. They're not great. So then I thought, I'll test my iPhone ones, and they weren't much better. So I grabbed my iPhone, threw the dongle in, because, you know, as iPhone life now, dongles, and they were much better. Are they as good as the built-in iPhone ones? No. But again, you're talking a sub $200 phone, not a $2,000 phone. The other parts of the phone, if you want to leave the video here, is going to be talking accessibility. I'm going to go through some basic stuff now. I'm not going to get too involved, mainly because, here's the little spoiler, I have ordered a new phone. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. It should have been here last Friday, but with COVID, everything's being delayed. It's coming from Melbourne. If anyone, whoever is watching around the world who's not in Australia doesn't know, Melbourne is in stage 4 lockdown, so things getting in and out of there are pretty slow, and that's understandable. So even though it was sent via express post, it didn't show up next day. But the only thing I will tell you is it's a flagship, and it'll be a much fairer comparison against the XS Max because they both came out in the same year. So if you want to guess, throw it in the comments, and I want to see who's right. What else do I have to say? I do like the double SIM and micro SD expansion, just to have that customization. But if you're going to leave me here, thanks for watching. Hopefully this audio is better than my last video. As I said, I wasn't set up yet. Let me know what you think of this backdrop and everything, and give me some feedback on how my videos are coming along. Anyone who is staying for more of the accessibility stuff, thanks for hanging around. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next video. Okay, so with the accessibility, I'm not going to get too in depth because, as I said, I'm waiting for a much faster, more up-to-date phone than what I have. But so far, the things that I do like and don't like is the fact that I really like the speech controller on my iPhone, which, if you don't know, I'll throw a little screenshot of it up on the screen. You tap the little arrow twice, and then you can touch anywhere on the screen and it will start reading.
2 new items.
The Android option, you can put the little accessibility icon in the corner. All I need to do is touch it once, and then I can either touch something to read it, or I can highlight text and it will read that, which I really like, especially for things like text messages, or not having to turn or talk back instead of voiceover on. So that's very handy. And the only downside to it so far is I found that just gripping the phone a little bit too tight, it triggers it quite easily, but we'll see if it's the same thing with the other phone. The other accessibility thing, which, as I said, I can't judge yet because this phone is pretty slow and laggy, but I've got the zoom controller on the iPhone. Again, I'll throw a little video or a screenshot up to show you how that works. It's pretty handy. The downside to both of those ones on the iPhone is that they're physical buttons in the middle of the screen that do get in the way, and I'm constantly having to move them. With the Android one, you can just, I'll insert a video here, you can just triple tap to zoom in and scroll around the screen with 2 fingers, pinch to zoom in and out, or you've got the option of triple tapping with 1 finger and then holding on the 3rd tap, which will just zoom in quickly, and you can move around the screen with your thumb or whatever you're zooming in with. On this phone though, I found it pretty laggy and hard to get around the screen. As I said, I'll see if the other phone is any better for that. But it wasn't great, especially for getting up in corners and things like that. I'm still learning all the gestures for when talkback is on. Very different, like iPhone, scroll down from the top of the finger, screen with 2 fingers, without even voiceover on, and it will start reading from the top of the screen. With this, you've got to do gestures. I have had some advice from people on Facebook. I do appreciate it. I have an app in here, Sullivan Plus, for OCR stuff. I use Seeing AI, great app on the iPhone for if you were trying to read a text in a photo or a PDF that's not accessible with voiceover, then I can highly recommend Seeing AI. If you want to see more of an in-depth video on Seeing AI itself, it's got a whole lot of features and it's really handy. So the Sullivan Plus is an Android version. It's a free app, seems to work pretty well from what I've used it so far. And yeah, there's a lot more customization with the accessibility, but it's going to be a learning curve as I've been on iOS since the 3GS. I have tried other phones in the past, like the Nexus 4, Galaxy S2, and when I've had people that are around with Android phones, I have tried to grab their phone, turn the accessibility on, and see what I can find out, but without long-term use, like I've had with this for a week, it's a bit hard to judge. And same with being in a shop, you can't really turn on talkback because it's loud and annoying and people look at you funny, which I should just deal with, but I'm still a little self-conscious about it. But anyway, if you do have any questions, please let me know in the comments. This new phone hopefully will show up by the end of the week. I'll do an unboxing, and then I'll put the phone's head-to-head camera, software, the whole lot, and do a bit more of an in-depth video. Anyone who is still here, I appreciate watching till the end. This phone is being returned. I can't live with it. It's too slow. That's why I purchased the second phone to use. If you've got any questions, pop them down in the comment section. Share the video if you know anyone that might find this useful. Leave me suggestions of what you want me to make videos on, especially if you're in the low vision or blind community. I am trying to cater towards them. I might go back and do some Kodi videos if people are interested in that still. And just let me know if this video sounds or looks a bit better than my last one. Now that I'm a little more set up, I think this could work as a backdrop, and yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to stop rambling on. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you did. As I said, give me some feedback if not, because that's the way I'm going to learn and make better videos for you guys to watch. And until next time, this is Ben from BVIP Tech. See you in the next one. Cheers.